Ladies and gentlemen, Season 4 is officially upon us. Today we got the first trailer for Season 4 of Black Ops Cold War and Warzone, and I must say, it is looking spicy. We get a first look at the new character, a first look at kind of the cutscene that is going to be a part of Season 4, what is happening in Warzone, various multiplayer maps, and of course, everything else. Now, the one thing that we are missing is the roadmap. Now, my best guess is the roadmap should be probably coming out early next week, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere around there, and then Season 4 actually starts on the 17th. So we will be getting more information on this probably early next week, but this is what we have so far.
Do what you are told, and you get to live. You understand? I knew you were a smart one. Secure the site. Cold War just turned hot.
Located the satellite. Raptor 1, my team's about to be overrun.
I am death.
So there's actually quite a bit to look at here. We have new weapons, we have of course the new character, the new story, new maps, but let's start out with the very beginning, because right at the beginning of the trailer we see an overlook of Verdansk, and it appears as though the lighting's a little bit different than what we have already seen in this season. Essentially it looks like the sun has set a little bit and it's a little bit darker and not as bright in the sky, which a lot of people have been asking for. The second part of this is the actual story itself. We see our brand new character, and we don't know much about him, we don't know his name yet, but we do know he's from Africa. We know that from the other cutscene, and he's working with some guy on a computer, and he points at a piece of paper which gives codes, but also two locations, Verdansk and Algeria. After putting in these codes, or at least pretending to type the right codes, we go into outer space and we see satellites, specifically American satellites, drop from the sky, and we're going to see later in the trailer that they actually fall in Verdansk. But after this, our new character, assumably a Perseus agent, takes out the person working on the computer, and that is essentially where we are left off with the story of Season 4. This is where we get more so into the multiplayer stuff for Black Ops Cold War. So right away we get into a new map here, and I'm not sure whether or not that weapon we just saw there was a new weapon or not. It looked like some sort of fully automatic assault rifle, but I couldn't quite tell if it's a weapon that we already have or not. You can let me know what you think down in the comments. Now we get into our first map, and what it looks like is this is actually in Algeria, because you actually see some satellites that have fallen from the sky. Half of it kind of takes place in this desert. There is some factories. It's 66 and 12v12, so it's quite a large map, but the only other thing that we see is a new character's finishing move. The second map that we have here is called Amsterdam, but first we get to see a new weapon. It looks like a very, very small SMG, almost as if it is a nail gun, which is possible because Black Ops has done that before, so we'll have to wait and see, but at the very minimum, some sort of small SMG. And the map itself is called Amsterdam, and it looks like it takes place on top of some rooftops, which very strongly reminds me of the very first mission from the campaign. You're on top of the rooftops, then you go interrogate someone. The mission in the campaign takes place at night, but this map looks like it takes place during the day, but I definitely see some big crossover there. After this, we have Hijacked. So Hijacked is once again returning for like the 4th or 5th time in the Black Ops series. We kind of expected this one to come out eventually, and here it is now. The other thing that you will notice from the trailer is that there is a new kill streak in this, and it is the Annihilator pistol. We see our character pull it out, shoot at a helicopter, and it destroys the helicopter. This was one of my favorite specialist abilities from the various different Black Ops games, and I'm glad to see it return as a kill streak. Now, there is one other thing that you may have missed regarding Hijacked, and it was actually during the Summer Game Fest live stream.
We've got new maps, we've got badass new operators. I'm super excited about the Hijacked Gulag.
So yeah, Hijacked is going to be the new Gulag within Warzone, and it's going to be interesting to see whether it's still kind of like underground, like we've seen with previous Gulags, or if it's actually going to move somewhere onto a ship. We'll have to wait and see. So this brings us to Warzone and what is changing here, and essentially their slogan for this is Breaks Orbit, and essentially what's going on is, as we saw at the beginning of the cutscene, essentially satellites are dropping from the sky onto Verdansk, and there's various different areas around the map where these satellites have landed. Now, we don't know what type of loot is going to be there, if there's going to be an Easter egg with these satellites, but that's basically all that we know as of right now. The other thing, as you're seeing here, is a motorcycle is coming to Warzone, so a new vehicle is being added as well. All in all, it looks like there's going to be some graphical changes to the lighting of the map potentially, and of course those satellites that have fallen all around the map as well. And of course the other thing, as we saw in the trailer, that will be coming to Warzone is the new characters and the new weapons as well. I'm especially interested to see what that nail gun kind of does in Warzone, if it's difficult to use, if it has a lot of bullet drop. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So then at the end of the trailer we have zombies. It appears as though there's going to be some sort of new map inside of a zoo, which I believe is going to be a part of Outbreak. We then see our main character within the gulag here, and then finally right after that it appears as though we get some sort of teaser for potentially in which we quite literally see a train that is on fire. I'm not sure if that's Outbreak or if that's a new zombies map. I guess we got to wait and see. We did also today get this promotional material for Warzone, which we see the 3 new operators for season 4. Front and center we have the new Perseus operator who we see in the trailer. The other 2 we don't know who they are yet, whether they're good guys or bad guys. Off to the right character we see the Union Jack on the chest, but that's essentially all we know as of right now until later next week. Other than that, this is pretty much all we know about season 4 as of right now. We have the 3 new maps, we have a couple new weapons, the operator, and the basic story. I'm sure we'll get a more in-depth story trailer once it actually comes out. I will break it down and we will talk about the story of season 4, but this is all we have as of right now. What I will say is that Call of Duty tweeted earlier today and let us know that on Monday is when we would be getting the roadmap, and of course once that comes out we'll be breaking it down and discussing everything that is actually coming within season 4. This was just the original reveal, and I have to say it's looking pretty spicy. Now, we did also get an update today for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. Essentially, it was just a playlist update, and I already went over that on Monday's video. I will link that down in the description, and I will link it after the video. If you guys want to check that out to know what the playlists are coming this week, they're pretty straightforward. There's really no point in going over the full update because nothing really important changed other than some playlists. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is everything you need to know about season 4. We've got the new operator, we got some zombies teasers, we got new maps, new weapons, and basically the usual stuff that you expect throughout a season. Now, of course, next week we'll be going over everything, and as the trailer says, it is coming out on the 17th, so I would expect overnight on the 16th is when we receive that big update. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. It's the best way to stay up to date on this kind of thing. On top of that, let me know what you think about season 4 down in the comments. As always, really curious to hear what you guys have to say, and if you enjoyed the video, found it informative, it's always appreciated if you do hit that like button. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're made